up, y'all? Welcome to Shaken and Stirred. I'm your host, Kristen. I'm joined by my co-host, Lila. How we doing today?
Oh, just trying to survive right now. I think I've got a touch of the something. I don't know if it's a mix of allergies and the flu. I don't know if my body's just run down, but y'all, we're not getting paid for this. I just want to put y'all on this. You know where I found it, TikTok. But they sell this everywhere, and this has been my saving grace. Like I can feel when it's like not, and it's like holistic. It's all natural. It's like whatever. It's for like flu symptoms, but it is my saving grace. And on the hour every 6 hours, because at hour 5 I'm like slowly fading. But I tried to spruce myself up a little bit for the podcast, so I look like a functioning living human being right now. But just know I don't feel great, guys. So here we are.
Your mission was accomplished. You look beautiful, as always.
Thank you.
We both lip gloss about 20,000 times before we hit record.
Right, y'all.
I'm looking for it now. Like
Well, I usually have lipstick on, but I know we literally are like, but it's popping though. It's popping. This thing.
I think it's just an oral fixation we have.
Yeah, I have to like have something on my lips. But when I have my lipstick on, I never touch my lips because it just stays. But right now I'm blowing my nose so much that I keep rubbing off that little top line. So I just took the whole thing off and put on lip gloss because this is life. This is where we're at today, guys.
Well, you're not feeling great. I'm in a motorhome in North Carolina somewhere. Slept outside of the racetrack. I asked Danica this morning, how many racetracks do you think we've slept outside of? We've done it at least 20 times, waiting to get in the next day. But we're super excited. It's race week. It's also launch week or launch day today, even though the podcast comes out on Thursdays. Today,
April 1st.
Tuesday, April 1st, and we are not fooling anybody with this magazine launch. It is so cool. I got my copy here. I talked about it online a little bit. You ever had somebody ask Gabe, because I said something about being so glad I didn't listen to those losers. Somebody asked Gabe, an older woman was like, she's not older. She's a little older than me. She said, why did she have to say losers? And in my head, at first I was like, well, one, that tells me you were one of them that didn't think this beautiful thing was. And two,
do you feel personally attacked, ma'am?
Also is like, I only meant it as in like losers as far as people that sit on the couch and consume and don't create and want to have opinions about things. Just because they can't see themselves doing it, they can't imagine anybody else could be capable of it. That's what it
right.
So the magazine is
and I agree.
I mean, I get it, but if you ever have anything negative to say, check yourself. Like, why does this bother me? It could be a perfectly logical reason, like the thing you have an opinion about is asinine.
Right.
Or it just might not be for you. When in reality, she would
or you just can't wrap your head around it.
Gabe told her, he said, if you get it or you read it and you don't like it and love every page in it, I'll give you your money back. Like, it's really cool. It's super cool. Can I say it again? It's super cool.
People feel it is a work of art. Chef's kiss, work of art. I just feel like people like that just are always the people that are looking to find something wrong with someone else. And it's just them projecting because they wouldn't even know where to start or have the balls to even try, And I was surrounded by some of those people for the past, 4 or 5 days. And I get it. And, the small-minded mentalities and just the quickness to judge and to have an opinion about something that you have no idea about. Like, if I'm saying I'm doing a magazine and you're immediately like, why? And do you know what the heck I'm even doing? Do you know where this is going? You don't. So just sit back. And like Gabe said, once she gets it, if she absolutely hates it and feels like it's a piece of crap, then that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but don't like pre-assume or prejudge the outcome when you don't even know what goes into it or how to start. So,
well, to be fair, I didn't have a single person say, why would you do that? Is that a good idea? I just had more like people that would look at me with blank stares when I told them. And it wasn't something I talked about a lot. Gabe would maybe mention it in passing or something of that nature, but I just was working on it. I wasn't talking about it a whole lot until we had something to show that we had worked on. So I didn't get a lot of naysayers. I just felt like there was that blank stare that came across their face, like, you're going to do what? Now, I did have one of Gabe's friends who's good. He's a dud. I showed it to him and I'm so excited. I'm like, look how cool. And he was like, what is that? What's it for? And I'm like, okay, peanut gallery. Like, I just.
It's a magazine.
Never mind.
For people.
Yeah, I just walked off. I was like,
Never mind.
at all, please.
Just never mind.
So I didn't get a video or photo or anything before I left the house, but my bedroom, y'all have been talking about my bedroom being remodeled. It is fire. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. We painted everything black. And I mean everything. Everything. The trim.
You didn't tell me. You did not tell me about this update.
It looks so good. Everything. The fan, the door,
Oh my God.
the patio doors, everything is
Shut
black.
up.
It's so sick. I cannot wait to
Wow.
Gabe had made our bed before and I loved it. It was natural wood and cedar and just very, very beautiful and sturdy. Well, the dogs have gnawed on the legs, so he started thinking that he would like to build another one to go in the new bedroom.
Okay.
But now I'm thinking, what can this bed look like to contribute to the overall sexy, inviting atmosphere of the room? I'm so excited. I can't wait to decorate it.
I can't wait to see it. Oh my God.
The floor's in. We just got to put a bed in. We have to buy a mattress. We've got to do things, but we're moving in that direction. I cannot wait.
I love that I've seen like the before, and to see the after is like my favorite thing ever. Like I love watching those like home remodeling shows and everything to like see the, oh my God, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. I love it.
This might be the longest and most rewarding transformation ever. I mean, a decade in the making. We met in May, we bought it in July, we got married in December, and we're planning on remodeling it like in the next year or two. And then Danica started racing, and it just was like, we're gone 2 months out of the year. Racing is expensive, regardless of sponsors. So it's like trying to do all of it at the same time. But hallelujah. God, I cannot wait. I should do like a big reveal or something. I can't wait.
Right.
You're definitely
the bedroom reveal. I love it. I love it.
Well, other than being sick, what have you got going on? The wedding was this past weekend. How did that go?
Yeah, so my stepson got married this weekend. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, God, just, like the magical southern small town fairy tale wedding with the little house. I mean, it looks like a plantation house, but it was built in like 1982, so it's not like, but just that whole vibe of like, the trees and the beautiful white house and the little whatever. And it's in small town Georgia, okay? And I am not a small town. Like when I walk into a small town, people automatically see me and are like, she's not from here. She's not from here. Okay. So anytime I step foot in this town, people are just watching and they're like, wait. And then the fact that like my husband and his family are pretty well known in this town and they know the history of, his past relationship and everybody knows his kids and stuff. So they're just watching and watching. So honey, this wedding was like, you would have thought that it was somewhat about me, that I was a main character. Everybody was just looking for some reason to, I caught the eyes, I caught the stares. And what they don't know behind the scenes is me and his ex are getting, like, we get along great. Are we ever going to be like best friends going on girls' weekend away together? Probably not. But for the kids, I've always been respectful. I don't care what your position is. I don't care how you feel about your ex's relationship with their ex. To me, if there are kids involved, I will always be respectful to their mother in front of them, in front of other people. I'm not bad mouthing her, and I never have. It's just, to me, that's a separate situation. So over the past 3 years, we've been cordial, and we've been in the same room, and we've spoke and we've talked, and we're fine, we're cordial. But this weekend, being thrown into a situation of struggle of building the wedding, and then tearing the wedding down, it was, everybody's offering to help and no one actually shows up. Like, oh, I had to do this, whatever. So realistically, it was like literally 7 or 8 of us that did the shebang. We got there for the rehearsal dinner and then built the wedding the day before, like the night before. And so it gave us a whole bunch of time to really talk, and like just the two of us, we were doing all this stuff together. We're laughing, we're connecting. I think both of us were so shocked that at first we were like, like, how do we navigate this? And then by the day of the wedding, we were like gang. Like, it was like, hey girl, you know, it was just such a comfortable feeling. And then at the wedding, her and I were like off to the side talking, and we were having a serious conversation. It may have looked like we were fighting, but we were literally professing our appreciation for each other. And she was like, my kids adore you. Like, I could never have wished for a better bonus mom for them. I didn't even know I would be okay with the bonus mom in their lives. And I mean, we're literally professing our friendship and our love, and like, let's be Facebook friends. You know, like, you know, when you hit that point, like, we're going to be Facebook friends now, that's the. And I look over, and these two tables next to us are like, and then the boys, her sons, come to her afterwards, and they're like, Mom, is everything okay? We saw you on a serious conversation. And she was like, yeah, we're actually talking about becoming Facebook friends. Like, we're like, great, you know? And they were like, oh God, you know, and then they messaged me like, hey, Lila, you know, whatever. And then I have one of her friends come up to me, and this lady, you know, in every small town, there's that person. Like, there's that person that everybody fears, but like talks bad behind their back, but like would never do it in their face because they fear them. And she comes over to me, and she's a little bit older, and she looks me up and down. She said, I tried to hate you. I said, this is a great conversation opener. I was like, oh, okay. She said, but I can't. She was like, damn it, I like you. She was like, and so does that. And I asked around. She said, I asked around. I asked around. I asked the kids. I asked other people. And she said, you know what? We all like you. So I'm just going to let you know this is a big deal coming from me. I like you. And just walked off. I was like, I feel like I've made, you know, I'm in, guys. I'm in, and I love it. And I know, but you know, people just want to, like, and I told you this. Initially, they want to hate me. I mean, everybody wanted to at first, but you're not going to hate me.
You talk about
I know.
a small town. You see me walking into Ridgeway, people noticed. You know what I mean? They knew I wasn't from there. And it's no babe. He lived on the corner. Everybody knew his ex.
It's tough.
At first, it's a lot of looks and stares, and they don't know what to think. And then you're just yourself.
Yeah,
You do what you
exactly.
do, and they learn.
Right. I know. I think this weekend was my, like, it was like my, like, I don't know.
I feel like you went
My
to
sweet 16, my coming of age. Right. I completed, like, it's official. I'm okay. I can walk through the town now, and people, you know, and then I've got all these friend requests coming in, and, you know, I'm like, now y'all, that's fine, dig away. I mean, dig away. Like, I have nothing to hide, and I'm so transparent, and I am me, whether I'm sitting here talking on the podcast, whether I'm hanging out with my husband, whether I'm hanging out with my homegirls, whether I'm in this small town. I'm not changing or modifying who I am, my beliefs, and how I act. So either you're gonna love it or hate it or whatever, but it really doesn't matter. But it was a good feeling, I will say, and I had numerous people, you know. It felt good. Like, from the first night to the last night, it was a very different vibe around me, and it just felt good. And honestly, for the kids, like, I never want there to be animosity between me and their mother. I never want them to feel like I'm having to choose or I'm hurting my mom by liking her or anything like that. So I've always been very respectful. I've always been, you know, I knew my place, and not in a negative way, but just, you know, because they're what's important. And so I feel like now we're in this moment of like, okay, we can all just get along. I mean, she messaged me. She was like, you're welcome in our home anytime if you just want to come by, you know. I mean, like, gang. So I'm very happy. It was a beautiful wedding, incredible, amazing, and, you know, nothing but good things came out of it. So I'm happy about it. But that was my weekend, and now I probably contracted this from hours of singing and dancing at the top of my lungs with glow sticks, because that also happened. And like, cake stands happened at this really nice wedding. It turned, you know, it goes from like nice and proper to like
the South.
We're at a wedding, and it did. And it was a great time. It was amazing.
That's amazing. It's the South.
So yeah. What's been going on?
Nothing. I've just been trying to pimp this magazine out. Luckily, it's working. I mean, really, it's coming together exactly like
even my sister-in-law. Shout out to Jen. I think it's surpassed. Like, I know you probably saw this in your vision, but I think it has surpassed maybe even your own vision. Like, it is a work of art. I cannot wait for people to actually physically have it in their hand, and like, because, you know, like, you showing the videos and you flipping through it, like, is one thing, but to like visually, physically touch it and see it.
One of my favorite aspects of it is because there's not a digital version, but there are interactive QR codes throughout. So, like, for the strength program, which is an amazing strength training program, progressions and modifications. I wrote it myself, and I might know a thing or two.
Right.
Sarah did the exercises, and she's the model in the photographs. She lives in Tampa. She's a baddie. She and her partner Meredith,
she is,
are in Fortify Health Coaching together. But the QR codes are what I'm getting at. There's a QR code. When they hit it, it will go to the link of her doing the exercises so they can see proper form. And then I'm doing the voiceover explaining the exercises, the special cues. This is legitimately like a team project. I met with Adrienne last week. She wrote the article about tech neck, which I thought turned out so cool, even though it doesn't have any actual photographs of her. I don't know why I just loved it so much. I mean, I had to design it, obviously, so it was what I wanted it to be. But just the colors and everything I thought turned out really pretty. And there's a QR code for it in the back. And you can go to videos I took of her last week of her doing the exercises. Some of the ads that I made, they have QR codes that go straight to the websites so people can buy those products. And I just am so thrilled with how it turned out. I cannot wait. See, we got Hemp Doctor here. That's 10% off Hemp Doctor products.
And I think that's so important in today's world of creating this magazine and, it not being online, but having those online social interactive features that people can pull out their phone. So it feels like they're like, it's like online, but not.
Yeah,
and people want that. I'm sure people are going to be flipping through like, where's the next QR code? Oh, I'm going to watch this. Oh, I'm going to watch this. I just read an article. Wow, how amazing is it that I can watch the video on it now? Like, it's just incredible. This whole thing is just, it's so mind-blowing. And I never doubted you for a second. I know you and I know the type of person you are and how much you put into anything and everything that you do. But I'm just mind blown by the actual product. Like, it's just, like, I knew it was going to be great, but it's so great. Like, it's
I'm
great. So
already working on
Kristin, you are amazing.
I'm already working on the next one. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yeah, like we've got things going on for the rest of the year.
So you guys get your orders in. Let's go.
I've been talking to a number of girls that will be in the next magazine, few that will be coming on board as contributors. I've got plans for the fall. There are some other contributors that have campaigns or product launches that will be happening along the way. So we're timing those to be able to be the most effective for their launch and campaigns. I really would encourage any of the girls that have contributed or that want to contribute, or if you've got something in your brain that you'd like to create and you're not sure how you would put it out there or promote it or display it or talk about it or whatever it is, let me know. I'd love to help you flesh that out and make it something that you can be proud of and excited to talk about. And when you have an idea and you don't, this is how it has been for me. When I wanted to compete, I didn't want to compete. Somebody asked me if I competed, and then I looked into it. I'm like, wait, I could do that. And then it was on my radar, and I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And I finally did it. Whenever people would come up to me and say, oh, I think I want to do a show, but I'm not sure, and they want to talk about it. And I'm like, well, if you've thought about it more than 3 or 4 times, you need to just go ahead and make plans to do it, because you're not going to stop thinking about it. And those are the things that I think we lay on our deathbed and wish I had done that. I wish I had done that. Not going to call my dad out, but my dad has talked about doing a bodybuilding show longer than I've been alive. And I know for a fact it drives him nuts that he's never done it. And I still am on him to get on stage because he's not too old. It's not too late. He's still in great shape. And I just think my best talent or skill or thing that I was born with is I just am not willing to not do it. Who is going to stop me? That's my question.
Nobody.
What does because let's say I had made this and it just was a magazine. I did it one time and it was cool. No big deal. What would have been the harm in that? I still would have done what I said I was going to do and what I wanted.
Nothing.
I would still be holding my magazine in my hand. So I just think
even that you made, that you did.
We
all did it, but you really did it. You're the one that just kind of put the magic together. You put the magic together. And
really, other than organizing all the girls and just getting all of the content and making sure that we had content, laying it out was not difficult. It wasn't even that time consuming, which was exactly what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to feed what I was already doing, not be an extra full-time job, even though it is definitely a part-time job.
Like I feel like people, I mean, it has been a part-time job for you for sure. I feel like sometimes people don't, first of all, they just don't know where to start. But once you figure out where to start, I mean, I wrote a whole children's book in Saudi Arabia, totally not my genre of life, but I decided I'm just going to write a children's book, and I put it on Amazon and published it and learned how to do, how to do a book, how to make a book, and I watched YouTube videos and I did Udemy courses and all that stuff because it just got in my mind and I was like, I'm going to write a children's book. Because one of my students that I was tutoring at the time was like, why don't you, because I used to always tell stories when I was teaching. I would turn the water cycle into a story. I would turn photosynthesis into a story because kids can remember, okay, this, people understand sequences and they understand how to remember things that are in order. And so one day I was tutoring and my student was like, why have you not written, like, why don't you make this into a story, like an actual book? And I was like, and then, I took a few months and decided and I illustrated it myself and made it myself. And I said, well, here's a little book about, little Winston, the water molecule, and he, gets sucked up by a cloud and goes through the whole water cycle, and, his mom's real mad at him, and I wrote a whole freaking story. But I didn't know what I was doing. I had no freaking idea. I was like, how, so.
Exactly.
You can't fail unless the only thing you're going to do is fail if you don't try, so but what you've done with this is, like, just insane. Just, like, I can't.
Beginning.
I can't.
It's just the beginning. I can't wait. I should probably go do something more.
I can't wait to start working on the next one.
Yeah, some of the girls have already asked if they could do pieces about this subject or this topic. I'm game. If they think it's cool, I think it's cool. I can't express that enough to you guys. Like, you never know what is going to resonate with somebody else until you put it out there.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You never know what people are interested in. You can't look at people and tell what they're interested in and what they're not. And there's going to be things that they come across and topics that maybe they didn't even know they were interested in. And then they're like, oh, okay. So.
Yes. And now that this first issue is out of the way, where I put all of us on the front, we're going to be moving into issues where we have a single girl on the front, or, like the next cover. We already have it planned and it's gorgeous, but it's just one female, which I love being able to highlight them specifically that way. And I'm going to be doing a brand spotlight on Kristin and Lilla, which I'm super excited about. The Puppies Make Me Happy brand, I put them in this current issue and I just love them so much, y'all. I have been following this brand for a decade now and buying their clothes. Puppies Make Me Happy. Hello. I mean, their clothes are so cute. They have like a Gucci inspired logo and a Coca-Cola inspired logo and just really cute little cheeky clothes, and they're really comfortable. But what was so endearing about this, y'all, I emailed the gentleman that owns the company, just told him that I wanted to write a piece about his brand, and he said okay, and he was down for it, but I could tell there was a bit of a language barrier. Anyway, he sent me the answers to my questions because I just emailed him the questions, and he sent them back and was so honest and transparent about their journey as a brand and their struggles and how it started. It was so endearing. And it's word for word his responses in the magazine, because they just were so sweet and genuine. And go support this brand. They're reasonably priced, they're comfortable, they have the cutest designs, and who doesn't like puppies? So yeah, I want to do more features like that, focusing on brands that I think, their whole motto is they want to be the happiest clothes on earth. Hello. Like, I just want
God, that's so cute.
And the whole article, when you read it, it's so endearing. Just anybody that we can support that's like doing the thing, creating their thing, promoting themselves, trying to promote a better message, like being happy and having puppies. Can't think of a better message than having puppies.
Right.
I left Blossom at home. Okay, so it's been a little weird with Gemma passing because it changed the dynamic at the house, and we were in a good routine. Blossom, Chloe, Gemma, and Ace came to the races last year, but they're little. So Gemma passed, and we got Lizzie. So we gained one, but we lost one. But then also, Dutch isn't doing great, so I didn't know if I wanted to leave him. It just was new. It was new. And I left Blossom at home when she normally comes with us, and we've been living in the motorhome for 6 weeks now. And with the house being remodeled, all we did to leave town was put the slide-ins in and leave. So I leave her, it's raining, and she's just sitting there by the fence. And Blossom is my saddest looking dog. I mean, she just looks depressed and pissed and dopey and miserable all the time. I mean, I can't even make the face. And it was so sad. God, I'm going to get her certified to be a travel agent for all these guilt trips she's passing out. I swear. God, I hate leaving them. I hate leaving my babies.
I know you do.
I don't like
I know they hate being away from you too.
But
because y'all, if you don't know or you haven't noticed, Kristin is like the most interactive dog mom. Like it's not one of those things where like her dogs are like kept outside or kept here or in kennels and then allowed out or in a yard. Like she is like all day long. It's just dog, 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 cuddles, kisses. The dogs are in the mix at all times. All times. So just imagine that.
Well, one, they're everywhere. Two,
well, yeah, because there's quite a few of them.
They're so damn cute. God, they're so cute. And we turn them down too, y'all. I don't take them all in. I don't. I got tagged at least 12 times in a female English bulldog at Fairfield County Animal Rescue, which I need to check on her. Her hold was up yesterday. Everybody tagging me makes me feel responsible for the dog. Like when so many people are like, hey, Kristin, there's this dog. Now I start checking, like, okay, well, let me see if somebody got the dog. I think somebody will pick this one up. I think she was actually somebody's dog and she just got lost, but she looks just like Dutch. And everybody kept tagging me. So now I'm like, I just told you, I'm going to call and make sure somebody picks that dog up.
Right. Now you're invested.
But typically I'm not going out looking for them. I like to be able to rehome them, because I have people say, oh, you get calls about bulldogs, call me. And then I call them and they're like, oh, this isn't a good time. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Never, no.
I did try to sign off a little while ago, so I'm going to do it now. But I mean, y'all.
It's unreal.
And I'm going to make a playlist.
I cannot wait for everybody to see this.
Each issue is going to have its own playlist. So, like, I have on Spotify. So, I have girls in here that I did there's an article on the five female artists defining music right now. And I'm going to make a playlist with their music on it. And then just other things for the season, I think, go with the magazine issue. And then I was going to ask some of the other contributors if they had any songs that this issue reminded them of. I'm just going to make it fun and interactive and everybody get their playlist on.
I love it. I love it so much.
So go get your copy, cocktailsmag.com. I want to give a shout out to our podcast listeners because you guys are buying the most. And I say that because of the link from the YouTube.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel. It shows you who set their links. Anyway, yeah. So
keep them coming, y'all. Keep them coming. And once you get them, let us know. Please, 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 please let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
Share pictures, whatever. Please, please.
All of it.
We really want to know. Like, we're obsessed. We are obsessed. I think everybody involved is so obsessed. And we just want to, we know y'all are going to be obsessed, but like, it's just nice to have the validation, guys. So validate us.
I'm gonna have some of my hands Friday at the track too. So I'm hoping some of the girls here buy them and just get the word out and have people posting about it. I think it's all going to be good. And yep, super pumped. Next week we have Meredith joining us on the podcast. I'm super excited. Meredith is from Fortify Health and also went to school with Lilla and I through middle and most of high school. And we're going to chat with her about hormones, yikes, and how to...
I need to have a private chat with her about that.
Well, we're gonna get all of the information we want from her because we're gonna talk about blood work, doing your own blood work, what to look for in your own when you do your own blood work. Because going to your doctor, your gynecologist, your general practitioner, it's not always the best route to go when you start talking about hormone replacement and just feeling better as you get older because they just don't know anything. They just do not know anything still. Yeah. It's crazy to me. But the rest
especially the older generation of doctors and male doctors who have no reason to really care, They don't. I mean, I've heard horror stories about it, so I can't wait to talk to her about it next week. Yeah, I'm really excited, actually.
It'd be really, really good. So y'all look forward to that. And in the meantime, go get your magazine. And I think that's it. Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week then. And yeah, thanks. It's almost time for my little tubie.
Social
They're
distance.
So cute. The little tubes.
Yeah. They're my favorite. I'm pretty sure that says single use. Yeah. I think you're only supposed to have.
I know.
Do you only need one?
No. You do one every 6 hours. No. This is a daily pack. It's one every 6 hours.
Okay, fair enough.
It's got little crystals in it. And you just melt them on your tongue. Okay. Bye, y'all. Have a great, great week. We will see you next week.
Go get your ocelot.
You know what to do. You know what to do by now.
Do it.
Yes.